90% of the leaves are down on the ground, so the branches of the trees are empty, and this forces me to think of different ways of approaching the scene. Even though it's foggy, even though it's the same forest that I'm revisiting and revisiting again, the lack of leaves makes me think of different ways of finding compositions. Every time would be the same. You would do the same shots, the same photos, the same compositions. You would choose the same subjects, and nothing would be different. Nothing would look different. Right now I'm concentrating more on tree shapes and the path, the trail that goes through these trees. But also I'm looking at the leaves, because this dark brown reddish color can look pretty interesting. I really like this almost rug of leaves. I mean, the leaves are everywhere, and as you can see all around me, it's this dark brown color, and you can use that. You can use that as a composition element. Even though you are revisiting the same place over and over again, you should go and try and explore and find different areas of the location, and this will help you immensely in getting different shots. Also, photographing on this really thick fog presents two problems, and it's pretty difficult. Many people have problems with focusing, but as a short tip, if you are focusing on the edge of the trees, you should be fine. There is no recipe, and let me tell you that again, there is no recipe for settings. People always ask me to give the settings for a certain photo. It's useless. You don't need the settings for that photo. I mean, when you will encounter the same situation, every situation requires different kind of settings, a different approach, a different position, and a different way of thinking about the composition. I said it before that fog helps you get rid of the clutter and isolate things and make things simple. But sometimes this can present a problem, because we as humans are used to seeing the clutter and all those things, and are also used to isolating from that clutter. So if nature does that for us, sometimes people may have problems in finding simple compositions in the fog. The reason for which these photos are boring is because people are seeing interesting things everywhere when there is fog. They think that everything is interesting, and it's not. And that is why many of foggy photos look dull, uninteresting. Sometimes the most interesting compositions are not in front of you or at your back, but up. I think that as a landscape photographer, you should be 360 degrees aware. Those rocks were not visible when I came, but up there you can't see anything, and there I should be if I want to photograph some interesting things. And I don't know if I'm going to climb, but what I'm seeing is I don't know if you can see it, but here it's a really beautiful yellow tree. I will try to capture it because it seems that it stands in a forest of pine trees. So I'll have to find a way to climb some rocks over here in order to have visibility over there. I can see the tree. You can't see it, but it's over there. So I'll have to find some way to climb this rock over here. And if I succeed in climbing it, then I will see the tree pretty well. I have to be really careful though, because the rocks are really slippery and I have all this gear with me. I'm trying to find a way up. There are two possibilities from what I see. I will try them and I will see you at the top. I reached a place where it becomes more difficult and much more dangerous. I don't know if you can realize how the rock looks, but if you don't know what you're doing, don't ever do this. I climbed this rock before a few times, so I kind of know it. I have to be careful, as I said, the rocks are pretty slippery. Again, don't do this if you don't know what you're doing. A little bit of something unexpected. Okay, one more step and we are there. That is the tree. That is the reason for which I'm standing right on the edge. I should place my tripod over there and try to photograph it. There are some really beautiful mists surrounding the tree over there, so I'll prepare my gear. I'll have to secure it though, I don't want it to fall down. Truly beautiful, a truly beautiful, pure yellow. Whenever I find a subject that it's interesting, I really like working it, and this means to explore all the sides of it, all the possibilities that I'm seeing. I like to walk around, to stay beneath it, to look if it's possible from above. I like exploring because new ways of seeing might appear. The process of visualization for some photographers meant the best way of seeing things. So if you want the best way of seeing a thing, you need to put some work in it. I'm looking for a special tree that I photographed twice until now, and I really hope to find it because it's kinda in a remote place and it's very well hidden. Unfortunately, this tree is dying, so there are no more leaves. It's like the king of the forest. It looks majestic, it looks spectacular. And I feel so sorry when I see a beautiful tree like that dying. Now the only thing that I can do is to preserve its memory, to photograph it. It's the only thing I can do. The road is pretty icy, and I'm already having some problems at the steep curves. That is why I have my ice chains with me. I stopped for a little to evaluate the following curve and the following section of the road. It's the steepest part of the road, so I have to be committed. If I'm going up, I have to reach the top of the slope. Forest looks absolutely stunning, but my 4x4 car is struggling to go up. I'm going side to side right now. And so slippery, so slippery. We've made it! We've made it to the top. The snow was here yesterday, the frost was here yesterday, but there was no fog. So today the scenery has mystery, it has interest. I'm rushing because I'm in a lower part of the forest right now where there is no fog. So I want to get to those parts where there is fog. So glad I decided to come back again into the forest. This falls into the persistent category. Patience, persistence, and 110% open to what's in front of you, not to what you would want to be in front of you. trying different variations of each shot. I try it wide, I try it long, and I do so because the photo is changing depending on your focal length. Right now I'm photographing with a 24 to 105, but when I come back I plan of using a 70 to 200 millimeter lens. Taking a small break. If you like the content on this channel, if you like my videos, if you appreciate my work, please consider supporting this channel by sharing my videos, hitting the like button, or maybe adding a comment to let me know your feedback, let me know what you think. The most important thing for me is to grow this community, and the most important things that you can do to help me is to share my videos and hit the like button. Around me it's only white. I always have a calm feeling when I'm coming into the forest on such a thick fog. It seems that I'm suspended in time. It's easy to make mistakes in spectacular moments, mainly because the adrenaline is pumping and you are not paying attention to settings, maybe composition. My first advice for you is whenever you encounter a wow moment, and when I say a wow moment, that depends on your definition of wow moment. The first thing that you have to do is to calm yourself, to let yourself time to see the moment and see the landscape. As I told you, the purpose of these photos is to have some kind of Halloween feel, and that will be accomplished not only by framing and compositions, but also through the post-processing, and that part will be, I think, more important to emphasize this idea. I really like how the forest looks over here, so of course I'm going to take a photo. I'm seeing a yellow tree over here that looks really beautiful. That is the tree, and the way the leaves and the branches are going in that direction, I think it creates an interesting opportunity. Photographing in one place many times, I think that offers you a great understanding of that place and helps you find better compositions and more interesting photos. I think that my best tip for any landscape photographer is to see nature for what it is and not for what you want it to be. And this may sound very obvious. Many photographers go to a location, and I saw many photographers doing that. They are wishing to see that and that and that, and usually Mother Nature has other plans. And the minute you go with false expectations, it is possible to have a blockage when you don't find what you thought you're going to have. That is why learn to accept Mother Nature as it is, and learn to photograph it as it is, and to see the best of what nature has to offer. Continue walking the trail and find new things to photograph. I think that's it for today. I hope you like my vlog, and if you're new to this channel, maybe you will consider subscribing to it and share it with your friends. And until next time, keep on photographing. It's the only way you can get better.